When someone who is known to be strong and always cheerful finally shows his fragile side, the world stops for a moment. That's how it happened when Jungkook, the golden meanie of BTS, was seen crying while apologizing to Jimin. Touching moment not only touched the hearts of fans, but also opened the veil of a deep emotional connection between these two friends and groupmates. Jungkook's tears were not ordinary tears. It is an overflow of guilt, fatigue, regret, and deep love that has been hidden. In a K-pop world filled with camera glare and relentless pressure, moments of honesty like this feel so real and imprinted in the memories of the ARMY. The beginning of climate change. It all started with an unexpected moment at an internal HYBE event that was closed to the public, but leaked through multiple staff stories and fan footage that circulated. In a session that was originally just a casual reunion between BTS members, the mood suddenly changed when Jungkook was asked to deliver a message to the members. When it was his turn to speak, Jungkook looked agitated. The sound vibrates when starting. It didn't take long for her voice to break, and her tears began to flow. I want to apologize to Jimin Hyung, he said as he lowered his head. The room was instantly silent. Jimin, who was sitting next to her, looked at her with a look full of warmth but also confused. Long-held regrets. What really happened between them? According to a close source who declined to be named, Jungkook has long felt guilty for some personal decisions he took in the past that indirectly impacted Jimin. In the process of their hiatus and individual projects, Jungkook admitted that he felt too late in his own busy life and was not present enough for Jimin, who was facing heavy emotional pressure, especially before enlisting in the ARMY. Jungkook felt he failed to be a good brother when Jimin needed a place to lean on. His busy releasing solo songs, filming commercials, and performing on the international stage made him unconsciously move away from his best friend. I was busy pursuing my dream, but I didn't realize that on the other side, Hyung was struggling alone, Jungkook said in a trembling voice. Jimin paused, then hugged. Jimin's response? He was silent for a moment. The look in his eyes was sharp, but not out of anger. He seemed to be holding back his emotions. After a few seconds that felt like forever, Jimin got up from his seat and immediately hugged Jungkook, who was still sobbing. His pat on Jungkook's back contained warmth and forgiveness. "No need to apologize," Jimin whispered, clear enough to be heard by those present. "You've done more than enough. I'm proud of you." The moment made all the members present were silent. Even some of the staff who witnessed could not hold back tears. They know that the relationship between Jungkook and Jimin is like a sibling, and behind all the hustle and bustle of the entertainment world, there is a sense of sincerity that cannot be faked. Why did Jungkook apologize? Jungkook's apology was not without reason. He then explained that during the last few months before Jimin entered the ARMY, they had a small dispute. Jungkook felt he was too busy and did not show enough emotional support when Jimin experienced mental stress due to various things, from media pressure, expectations, to anxiety about welcoming conscripts. "I knew he needed me, but I was too focused on my solo career at the time. I think we'll have plenty of time later." But it turned out that time didn't come back, Jungkook said. He admitted that he had been cold because he felt Jimin away, when in fact Jimin was struggling with his own inner pressure. "He never demanded anything from me. But now I realize he just needs me to be there." ARMY reaction, tears and prayers on social media. Didn't take long for this emotional moment to spread among the ARMY. The hashtags #WeLoveYouJungkook and #Jimin and Jungkook immediately trending on various social media platforms. Thousands of messages of support poured in from fans around the world. Jungkook is not just an artist, he's a human being. And today he showed his heart, wrote an ARMY from Brazil. "I cried when I read this. Their friendship is so sincere," wrote another from Indonesia. Not a few fans also highlighted how the Korean entertainment industry often forces idols to display perfect faces at all times, and moments like this are a reminder that they also have emotional limits. Flashback: Jungkook and Jimin's friendship. Jungkook and Jimin have shared the stage for over a decade. From trainee days to ruling the world stage, the two are known to have a very close relationship. In various interviews, Jungkook often refers to Jimin as an inspiring figure and always takes care of him like a real brother. Jimin, on the other hand, shows his concern for Jungkook time and time again, from small things like making sure Jungkook eats on time to providing emotional support behind the scenes. But like any true friendship, their relationship was not spared from challenges. Busyness, differences in character, to public pressure sometimes caused distance. But that day, when Jungkook cried and apologized, all that distance collapsed. HYB gave a statement. Seeing the amount of attention from the public, the HYB finally released a brief statement. The moment that happened between Jungkook and Jimin was part of their emotional journey as artists and human beings. We support their personal growth process and expect the public to respect their personal space. The statement received a positive response, mainly because the agency allowed the moment to flow as it was without trying to over-censor it. The meaning behind the tears. The moment Jungkook apologizes and cries is not just a dramatic scene. It is a portrait of sincerity, recognition, and love between two best friends who have gone through a storm together. In a world that often demands perfection, it is rare to have the courage to apologize and admit mistakes. Jungkook shows that being an idol doesn't make him lose his human side. And Jimin, with his full embrace, reminds that forgiveness and empathy are at the heart of true friendship. Old memories are re-emerging. Since their debut, Jimin and Jungkook's relationship has become one of the most admired by fans. From the beginning, Jungkook was shy, Jimin was the one who guided and embraced him. They often share rooms, share food, and often have small fights like brothers. And yet there are always hugs, laughter, and mutual forgiveness at the end of the day. In an earlier interview, Jimin said, "I may not always show it, but Jungkook is one of the most important people in my life. She's like my own sister." Now, those words feel even deeper, especially after Jungkook's heartwarming confession. Video message to Jimin. After his crying subsided, Jungkook gave a special message to Jimin, which was sent via video. "Hyung, if you're watching this, I want you to know you're not alone. I'm waiting for you to come home, and I'll be better as a sister. We have plenty of time to laugh again. I love you." The sentence became a sweet but emotionally draining ending for the millions of fans who watched it. Speculation and hope. Will Jimin reciprocate? Many soldiers are now waiting for a response from Jimin. Although there has been no official statement as he is still performing his military duties, fans hope that once he returns, he and Jungkook will be able to heal the wounds that had formed between them. Some fans even hoped they would put out a song together that told this emotional story. A song that can be a symbol of reconciliation and the strength of friendship. Closing, lessons from two inspiring figures. For the army, this incident not only made them emotional but also inspiring. Many say that they learned about the importance of communication, recognition of mistakes, and the courage to open up from this moment. Jungkook and Jimin, two young people from Busan who grew up under the spotlight of the world, have shown that behind all the stage lights, they are still human beings with hearts. And through those tears and hugs, they teach that true love doesn't always come in the form of sweet words. Sometimes it comes through tears and sincere apologies.